Callbacks, expansion on a prior, number 58 in the top 10 list of business skills for comedians. Top 10 most critical skills, coming in hot at number 58. Definitely worthy of this top 10. Callbacks are an expansion on a prior. And if we could joke that this is an audience for Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club as it pertains to technology entrepreneurship, engineering 145, as it relates to tips number 58 through 64 in the top 10 tips. Callback. Expansion on a prior. Callbacks in comedy, the comedy of triples, the comedy of calling back a callback so that way we get the compression laughter from having brought up an old joke. Perfectly on cue with top 10. Because when I say point number 58, that's making a person laugh. That's the most important person to laugh. The author of this joke, because it's in the top 10 at number 58, which is where we are in our comedy journeys. Is this location is this is where we're at in our comedy journey. Is we're number 58, and the roster of comedians performing is 10. We're at number 58. Did I just roast you? Yeah, that's 59. Am I yelling at you? This is a roast. The better that we get yelled at, the better that we take a roast and marinate our money to deliver a jangy ghetto dinner, which is point number 49, within point number 59. When we roast somebody, are we doing it to give them more money? In my case, yes, which is why people sit there and take the beatings, because we are progressing forward. Point 59, roasts. When a customer yells at a restaurant, they're actually saying, I love this restaurant. I come here once a week. This is the only place I go out to eat. And the reason that I'm yelling at you is you're jeopardizing my future revenue, because normally I'm always happy here. This is not when a woman angry nags you or yells at you or cries as manipulation for getting a preferred outcome. This is not. This is men, safe space for heterosexuals, roasting other men while we hold each other accountable during this kind of crazy time of fires. Am I going to distract you with current events? No, because this is a live action book club. Number 60, definitely in the top half, coming in at point number 60. When this book is written on how much crazy shiitake is going on with gossiping about, oh, California's not letting the Oregon fire trucks come in because of emissions testing. We could gossip about those ginormous mishaps, okay? We could, or what we could do instead is focus on the comedic nature of what to pay attention to and how things might turn out. That's book club, which is, this is a live action book, and to roast you, you're a non-player character. Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club, we're gonna take you from garden variety, boring ass hot girl, older than 22, younger than 23. Oh, why such a tight age range? because at Duck 9, it was older than 17 and a half, younger than 23. That's the focus of running ahead and seeing how the story pans out. Only pans, pun, unintended, intended. How hilarious is stand-up comedy? Top 10 comedic tips. Number 60. Book club. These are all things that history already ironed out. I've already mapped out the burning shit to the ground via a 1991 book, Globalist Playbook, via When Money Dies, also Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Did I write the sequels to those books? Is this comedy not hilarious? Oh, this is beyond Kung Fu comedy. This is Art of War, Jiu-Jitsu, Jedi comedy, because unknowingly, for point number 60, you are actually now meeting Qui-Gon Jinn. He's the mentor to Qui-Gon Jinn. Why is everyone's favorite Jedi Liam Neeson, right? Why? The only fuck up he did was picking Darth Vader, but guess what? He was a DEI orphan hire, fresh off a shitty planet with a midichlorian count that was kind of special. Now we are going to do a Jedi in Vagina administration. The first thing we're going to say is this: I'm a pussy. Say it. And I need the vagina whisperer. Lord, fill me with Jesus' spirit, and thank you for Larry Chang's Christian energy, as I am a pussy and I need to be less of a pussy. Hashtag Apotaco. Call back to vagina whisperer and lesbian incarnate Larry Chang. I'm a transgender. Do you see how easy it is to run ahead with these jokes? Because you come up with some bogus gender thing that I gotta play. Now we're writing this book, PQRST, the LGBT TT community, which is winning with comedy, and also winning with how can we at least do one positive thing during Psycho Saturday, which is sell one thing, which is you buying it and also selling it. Are you selling it or are you buying it? Are you buying it or are you selling it? Turns out we're just playing comedy. We're just playing comedy via book club. Maybe you haven't read a book. That's okay. Yeah, what we're going to do is realize that there was a P. Diddy back in the 20s who kind of diddied up Hitler, and then now he's angry because he got raped when he was a kid, and now he's going to take it out on his own tribe. How funny is this? Because this is a repeat. And then who funded that little real Adolf? Somebody who shorted the entire market. Not financial advice. Jokes only, folks. Not financial advice. Entertainment purposes only. But if you financially act, then you can win Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club. With this book club, I just mentioned what 4 books. I flippantly mentioned them. Now I will re-mention them and expand on a prior in this callback, because you forgot to laugh because you're learning too much while forgetting to laugh. Let me go back and retell the joke 5 times, YouTube 80 times, until you take step 1, which is external API, sell one thing on Psycho Saturday. Confessions of an Economic Hitman. When Money Dies. Winning, realizing that this has happened before. Focusing on a joke nonfiction book. 61. Oh my God, these notes are great. Whoever wrote up this comedy is amazing. So, I sound like I'm joking, but this is a real nonfiction book. It's just what jokes are the lubricant to get my big brain lubed into the lube, presses my big brain, just the tip, into your brain. Right now you have just the tip. Did I just round trip it back to point number 1, just the tip, in a video series that you will buy for $276,000, which is $1,000 more than the I will have sex with Larry Chang and absolve him of all accusations of rape both today and in the future by signing an agreement for a purchase order to buy jizz. Do you see how consent becomes awesome when you make the student athlete who's rich play the dating game on hard mode? Did I just turn consent into foreplay? Yes. Is that point number 21 in juxtaposing consent and foreplay? Yes. Is this not hilarious? It's so funny. It's so funny because it's real and I'm solving today's problems. I'm bored. There's not enough going on in the world today and I need a dose of positivity, right? Where I could be just yelling up a big dollop of, I've got 130,000 tweets of, I told you so. I'm not gonna guilt you into not having come to one of my comedy shows, buying 2 drinks, because we're still on point 61, which is the joke of a nonfiction book. We're going to take a nonfiction book that your parents own, and we're going to front run and plot spoil the movie that will be the book, but it won't be a movie opted by Mel Gibson until you write the book outline, and that's where I come in. I'm selling you on writing a book for the future, just like I'm selling you on selling one joke. Sell me just one joke. Tip number 27 in the top 10 tips for comedians to learn business protocol and business skills.